Hello friends, and welcome back to Anno 2205. So, let's get back into this. We're going into the Arctic region again.
Seaman International is planning a project in this sector. We hope you'll participate.
Right. So let's get building. We need to build up our Arctic settlement. Sorry about that. I've been sick for quite a while. Okay. So if you remember last time we played this game, I explained how the heat system works. We can use the heat from the warehouse, the starting heat, which apparently emanates from this point, to place our starting settlement, which is good enough for a decent amount of houses.
Warning. Unfulfilled demand for specific consumer products.
We'll talk about that in a minute. And then we can use buildings like this compression chamber to increase the buildable area. Right? Which will work out quite well once we have the ability to build these things. As you can see that it, greatly increases the area. We haven't done any missions for this place, so that doesn't work yet. Right. So let's keep building some stuffs. May as well connect that over there. And then I can place some houses over here, but not really. Oh, that will fit properly. Houses there. Pull some houses down here. We need to get to 50. That should be enough to get to 50. Oh.
Your Arctic settlement is growing at a steady pace. The staff requirements for your spaceport shipping docks should be met by now.
Need to build a fishing harbor. Don't have the resource for it. This thing's kind of slow. Alright, fishing harbor. What does that say? The latest council meeting decided on a price reduction. Oh, right. Did you hear that? Finally, I get to eat fish again. I've missed
3
it.
military surveillance satellites just focused on that area.
Alright, but I want to do this. Because that road there looks atrocious. Okay, now there's not enough, what's-its-face to get there. Logistics. So the way to fix that is going to be to build... I need to build a logistics center here. Let's turn this off. So it's no longer eating up our logistics, so that our production facility can run at full tilt. And hold down plus to speed the game up. There. Metal foam. Now we can build one of these down here. Oh, we don't have enough power. Now it's time to build our power source. So the way that we do that is by building a geothermal turbine in this location. Come on. Oh crap.
Warning. Unfulfilled demand for specific consumer products. Warning. Energy grid overload.
I realize this. Why can't I stop these things? See, here's the problem. Now everything's slowing down. That was bad. I should have built the power plant first.
Warning. Human resources insufficient.
I know that game.
Sure, we're humble here, but you should at least provide the basics.
I'm gonna provide the basics if you guys would quit screwing me over.
I can still improve that system. Just a little fine calibration.
Come on, I need to get to 5 of these things. Come on. Go to 5.
Your facilities are consuming more energy than
There.
you're providing. This
I
reduces their
know.
productivity.
Oh, there were some things over here I didn't notice. I keep forgetting about these things.
Good. We should keep this procedure in mind in future.
But again, not enough of this stupid logistics. At least I've got enough to build one right away.
This place makes me shudder, and I'm not from the
Okay, okay. Point is, we need to get the cannery built. These people won't quit complaining until we've done it. We're gonna build it. I'll start by building it here. Now, we'll build it over here. Well, I want to build it close to this stupid logistics stuff so that I don't use too much of it. So in the meantime, I'll build it right there. Come on, it says I need, how much do I need for this? It says I have 2 of 2. Let me build it. Alright, alright. Let's look around for more of those boxes. Things aren't going so well this episode. But I guess things weren't going to go perfect forever. Alright. There's some more metal foam. Now I should be able to build this cannery.
Thanks, very livable, if you don't mind the cold.
Okay. Now that we are actually supplying them with food, although not enough food, they are going to start moving back in, which will fix our
Don't try to
problems.
snow me. I know how bad things really are here.
Don't try and snow me? Is that what you just said? Anyway, we're going to help fix this. And the way to fix this problem is by going down here.
Looking at the logistics streams, there's some shooting going on out there.
No, it isn't. Because that missionaire doesn't have the right stuff. Alright. So we just need canned food. But they also want vitamin drinks. So this is the first bit of stuff. Oh, darn it, we're losing tons of money. I did not check my credit balance. We're losing money hand over fist now because of all that Arctic building. We need to go back to Viridian Coast and build a ton of houses. Come on, hurry up and load, I'm losing money. Yeah, this is the problem. As people move back into that settlement, the money shortage is rectifying itself. But the way that we're going to fix this is by building in the cheap location, which is this one, more houses. And because we have plenty of building materials to go ahead and build that stuff with. I like to build these because they take up less room.
Consumer analyses show unfulfilled demand for specific commodities.
I know we're low on rejuvenators. Can I fit a house in here? I can fit a house in here. Fit houses all across there. Okay, not the cleanest looking area. But at the very least, we're in the positive now.
My humble 4 walls. Come in, sit yourself down.
These houses need, and we need another infodrome, because this infodrome doesn't reach all the way over here. And we knew it wasn't going to. There's supposed to be a bridge here. It would start me off on the smallest island in this on this map.
Never guessed you'd be so conservative.
We want to get this.
Come on,
this
make your
island
voice
here.
count.
Okay. So what I want to do is build this infodrome so that it will service these houses over here. The best place to do that would be right over here. So now that they have information, let's rectify our food shortage. And the way that we're going to do that is by using some of our new graphene and iridium, which, if you remember, we acquired via the one mission that we did. Okay, so this is what is up with that. So I'm going to move this farm over to here. So if I click on this, I have access to this rice field, which is a productivity. This is a productivity module. There's always 4 modules that you can build on a building. They do change, however. For the rice farm, for every building, you can build a productivity module. But you can also build either a drone hive, accumulator unit, storage depot. Some of these have financial calculators, which will reduce the credit maintenance of a building. And yeah, like this one reduces the energy maintenance, this one reduces the workforce maintenance, this one reduces the storage logistics maintenance. What we want to do is build this rice field. If you notice,
All right, time to make some improvements.
the rice field will increase productivity by 180% and maintenance costs by only 90%. What that means is that it's actually more efficient to build this rice field onto this rice farm than building a second rice farm. Okay? However, it does cost the special resource of graphene, which you can only acquire either by doing the missions for these people on this map or by doing those combat missions in the combat zones. So if I build
These
this,
systems are half the battle.
that's what John Rafferty over here is talking about when he
All
talks
right.
about upgrading stuff.
Time to make some
Go away, Rafferty. He keeps coming back. So now our rice farm is operating at 280%, and we have produced the food that we need, which actually means we could delete some of these other farms. And the benefit of doing that is that this farm, okay, the maintenance productivity is just better. It's just straight up better than 2 farms. And then we can keep adding on to it. And it ends up taking up less space in the long run, or at least less resources. These fields are larger than a rice farm is, but if you notice, the energy maintenance hasn't gone up, or it has, plus 90%. But it's more efficient. So this is what has replaced the in Anno 2070. In order to get this rice farm up and running, I would have probably had to place like 4 of these, just as the base productivity level. So they removed that and they replaced it with this and made it an upgrade. And I actually like that better. You know, so it's up to personal preference whether you like Anno 2070's implementation better or this game's. But I actually like this one's better. Yeah, we need rejuvenators, which is a very annoying. But it's not that bad to produce. Anyway, we got our income up to plus 300, but that's still not good enough. We want more income than that. So let's go ahead and select a bunch of these houses, upgrade them. It drops our income for a little bit, but then it comes back up. We're probably going to need ourselves some more vitamin drinks, maybe.
You? Here? I'm sorry. I'm just a little nervous.
Right. So we need rejuvenators, and that's going to allow them to level up some more. However, yes, we can do it. So, rejuvenators are made using algae. Okay, new blueprints.
Of new
There we go.
Possible.
The bridge. So if you'll notice, between this island and this island, there's now this ghost bridge. This is a
spot
construction
here is perfectly
site.
suited to support a bridge to the other side.
Yeah.
Building one here will give you access to new construction ground.
Yeah, so if I do this, I will gain access to this giant land over here to build my city. I'll just, all I have to do is stretch my road across and keep building over here, which will be great because this island over here is kind of tiny. And what I want to do is move all my houses over there eventually. Look at that off camera. But in order to build it, you need to have super alloys, and we're not there yet, so we can't actually build this bridge. But we have access to building the bridge.
All
Let's-
right. Time to make some
Rafferty,
improvements.
stop it. I need to figure out how to make him stop talking. There we go. Because he will constantly come back and mention me. It's kind of annoying. So, let's get on to this algae. Actually, wait. First things first. Let's increase our vitamin drink
Give
production.
me a status update.
Yeah, I'll do it. The reason I want to increase vitamin drink production is because, if you might have noticed, our people in the Arctic actually want vitamin drinks. This is a bit of a weird one to build. The fruit plantation. You can't quite fit 2 of them this way. The way I've figured out to build it is just by building them in one long strip. But you have to have room for that, and it's kind of tough to get enough room. So now that we're producing a surplus of fruit, let's go over here to one of our vitamin condensers. Now, see, this one's not as good. This one's only 50%, but it's still half as maintenance. So this is still good to build. These production modules are always more efficient than building a second production facility. Okay. Anyway, now that we're at +7, I want to show you trade routes between regions. So if I hover over this, our employees over at this place, they want vitamin drinks. Okay. Now they can't produce vitamin drinks, so we can make a transfer route. We can select vitamin drinks. We can select, and it shows us where we're producing it. We can select here for +7, and then we can select over here. Oh, I can't do that. I need to upgrade the spaceport first. Okay, never mind. Let's go back here and fix this now.
Cool. You're here too. Then you can pop over to my local warehouse if it's no trouble.
Okay, stop it. I know how to spend resources upgrading factories. Yeah, we need to upgrade this. Which means that we need 6 metal foam production in order to maintain it, which we don't have. Now that we've got the resources for it, though, we can actually build another cannery. We have to build another cannery because we don't have the
My job.
right resource to build the modules. Because it requires petrochemicals.
Warning. Facilities require additional manpower.
I don't really do it. People aren't moving in because we have a food shortage.
So this is the Great White. Sure, it's white, but great? Well...
I'm sorry, I'll fix it. I'm in the process of fixing it. Just desire less food. See, when you get a workforce shortage, it's pretty bad. Because it impacts your ability to fix the workforce shortage. I need to get my hands on some petrochemicals so that I can start building things.
I expected to see you here. Let me explain my case. Seaman International hopes to expand the Arctic's food supply network in partnership with you.
So, this is this region's special project?
We want to break routes straight through the ice. When our competitors caught wind of it, they called us madmen. But your presence here makes it possible. Together, we will convince the Arctic custodians we're up to the job. Now, of course, these new routes will be just as much yours as ours. Please don't jump to conclusions about our values. This is a project for sustainability. We don't seek to destroy, we want to supply. I trust we have your support?
I actually like this guy. Yeah, so the special project, Seaman International is all about food. They are the largest food supplier in the world. Find the observation during the glacier channels while we wait for our workforce shortage to fix itself. Actually, I think it has. So everything's operating properly now. People don't want food. They don't want... Okay, everything's back.
Eternal winter. Well, you get used to it.
Yeah, eternal winter. Okay, so they have their canned food. Great. Produce metal foam. So we need more metal foam production. It's too bad I can't build this because productivity goes up by 200%. We need to get metal foam production up to +6. That's the optimal input. Do we have? Yes, we do. So we'll be able to do that. We'll be able to build a second one. And we want to build this second one somewhere else so that we can use the heat from it to build more houses. So we'll place it there. That actually works out quite well. We don't see it for that reason. And that would allow us to build some more houses. Oh, come on! That looks sufficient to me. Oh well. We can build some houses down here. We need more workforce.
Considering we're...
Warning. Human resources insufficient.
Oh man. And we need another cannery now. And we'll need another fisher harbor. So yeah, this kind of stuff, it's just a back and forth. The Arctic's more difficult. Okay, we have +5, which is fine. I think we can do +5. Anyway, this guy wants us to bring our ship down. Where is our ship?
Affirmative.
To this thing. And this wants us to have input of 6. We have 5.
Climate.
Good enough.
Earth's barely healed wound. Let's see what happens when I braid it.
Warning. Climate stabilizer network producing weather anomalies. External manipulation detected.
Systems not responding. Stabilization values approaching critical level. They have the whole climate stabilizer network under their control.
These guys are jerks.
You are responsible for this. It's the lunar licensing program that brought those terrorists here. Consider our support suspended, and keep out of our affairs.
Right.
Yo, don't listen to him. Man, we got nothing to counter these attacks.
Jorgensen is right. We have to interfere, official admission or not. Enact a hacking counterattack against the Orbital Watch's jamming stations. Or destroy them, if you must.
I can still improve that system. Just a little fine.
It's very delicate technology. You shouldn't even be here.
Right. So, remember that this game takes place 100 years after the aftermath of Anno 2070, which saw the Earth's climate drastically messed up. So these guys are using these climate stabilizers to control the climate. Find observation drone. It's right there.
On our way.
Oh, I had to click it to connect it. Collect it. Okay. I don't need my ship. I just gotta click it. So we need to find more. Oh, there's 3 of these. Okay. Observation drones. These little channel areas.
I have to warn you, forcing your way straight through will destabilize the whole area. Just the one I'd hoped to find. I have a project that promises to be mutually rewarding.
Okay. Yeah, 100 scientists. Okay. So, right. We can't do anything else on that. We don't have enough time in this episode to take on this mission, so we'll do that later. Now that this is upgraded,
this whole military bit isn't exactly my thing. Would you like to take over?
Okay. So we're gonna have to do that mission before we can do that, but we can't do the mission if we don't have enough time. We've got 5 minutes left. So instead, we're gonna try and fix this problem we have again.
Eternal winter.
So many problems. Lack of petrochemicals really screws me over. We need more workers to do that. I don't want to stick workers that far down. The problem with this place is that the stuff that we build
you've read our building regulations.
Tends to require a lot of workers, and getting workers in this area is kind of tricky. There. Now you have access to new buildings.
New blueprints ready for implementation.
Namely, molybdenum mines and creating neural modules, which creates neural implants, which they need to upgrade.
This place doesn't provide much variety, but hey.
Okay. I want to get the vitamin drinks, so then I'll start moving in more, and that'll help fix my problem with workforce. Here's what I wish. I wish that this button here for the fishing told you how much
Attention.
workforce it was going to need.
Under provision of
there
specific
we go.
consumer goods
See,
detected.
now it does. 10. And I only have 7. Access to heat source insufficient. Let's move this cannery over here. So we can build a house here. Right. How do we have a
Consumer
work source
analyses
shortage?
show unfulfilled demand for specific commodities.
The custodians are constantly.
No, it's because the food shortage finally caught up with me.
Attention. Expansion of workforce recommended.
I'm doing it. It's a catch-22. I need to fix my food supply in order to fix the workforce shortage. You just gotta go quickly.
As long as it stays like this, we'll manage.
The hope's plus now. You can see that it's going. Workforce shortage is going down. We'll be fine. The Arctic is much more difficult to balance than the other one. -8. Why are we still at -8? Well, we still have some more food, so we can build some more houses. I don't want to build one here because I need to build an upgrade for that. Or 2 houses there. Can actually fit a house right here. Let's do that. Oh, and there. Stretch this road out. Build a house here. Can't build one here. The whole house has to be inside the circle. There. Finally a positive workforce. This is one place where these drone modules will be effective, but it takes a lot of iridium to build them. So let's see, what's taking the most workforce? It's the aluminum mine. So if I build this drone hive, it'll reduce my workforce maintenance by 20%. You can only build 5 of these modules on a building. So let's see what that does.
Systems are half the battle.
Quite nice. Now, when it says minus 20%, it bases that on the base value. See? It's the two stacked together, so now it's 40% off of the base value. Okay, so they're all. You don't have diminishing returns with these, but it does take an awful lot of iridium. 15 each one. So you have to do more of those missions. But doing that definitely helped out on that workforce shortage problem. Even geothermal turbines don't use as much workforce as this aluminum one did. This thing is using a lot of logistics as well. So the thing about storage depots is that the logistics maintenance decrease is a flat value. Okay, it's always -2, so it's not as effective on things that are using tons of it. Okay, well, we're in a decent way at this place now. We have a 30 workforce surplus. We need 2 neuro implants in order to upgrade them some more. The neuromodule factory, however, will require 120 power and 40 peeps, which means we're going to have to upgrade our geothermal turbines, which means we need petrochems. So we'll do that next episode, because next episode we'll tackle that. Mission, that combat mission in the Arctic, and that's what's going to give us petrochemicals. You have to do the Arctic combat missions to get the special resource for the Arctic. So anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying Anno 2205. Let me know in the comments what you want to see in the series, and leave a like if you want to see it keep going. I really enjoy this game. I'm SentinalH, and I'm signing out.